Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Hard Count. I'm Michael Emami, and I had another great interview with Gulliver Prep High School's quarterback and recent Tulane commit, Carson Haggard. Haggard is a member of the 2022 class and currently stands at 6'0" and 170 pounds. Haggard and I discussed his commitment to Tulane and why it was a great fit for him, as well as some of the best moments from his long football career on this episode. And I really enjoyed talking with Carson. He's a great kid, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy listening as well. As I said, had a couple of Gulliver Prep athletes on here. The school speaks for itself. It's got a tremendous reputation, produced a lot of great D1 talent, and Carson is also one of those big names out there, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. All right, everybody, here is Carson Haggard. So I wanted to ask you, so you had, I think, three really good offers. You had one, I think, to Southern Miss, William and Mary, and then Tulane, and that's what you posted on your social media. So why
Yes.
why was Tulane a good fit? Congrats on the commitment.
Thank you.
And why was Tulane a great fit for you?
Um, it was just everything was difficult with the recruiting process due to COVID, so I never really got to go visit any campuses my junior year. So I was just worried about locking in a spot at a school. And then the great thing about Tulane is my sister actually attends there, so I actually visited the campus before, and I've seen the facilities and everything. So when they did offer me, I was talking to the coaches for a good amount, about 2 months or so. And then when they got Coach Chip Long, it just kind of really changed everything for me. I did some research on him and then just looked over his offense and everything in his resume, and he's just a great guy, and everything he was telling me fit the program and fit how what I wanted to do in college. And also the head coach, Coach Fritz, I just built a really great relationship with him, and he's just an amazing guy. And a big reason that I actually did want to commit was because it kind of fit everything I was looking for regarding a great school, a great environment with the coaches and the students, and also just the football is up and coming and is getting really good there.
Yeah, I can see that obviously with the drastic change in their last season. And so kind of looking at their football culture there, obviously it's New Orleans, so a great football town. You got the Saints, you got a lot of great schools there in Louisiana. I wanted to ask you with regards to, I'd say you talked a little bit about the staff there involving the hiring of Coach Long. What about the offense at Tulane kind of really stuck out to you specifically?
The thing that stuck out to me the most that Coach Long was really telling me about was just the way that he runs the offense based off what the quarterback does best, and they build off that. So I think that's really perfect because, there's a lot of things that I can get better on, but there's a lot of things I do pretty good right now. And just the offense in general, the pro style and just the spread, and it gives me a chance to showcase my arm talent and just what I can do on the field. It's just a perfect offense that's both balanced at passing and running the ball.
Okay, yeah. A thing that I found that was quite, cool and interesting, obviously, is at a very young age you had the great mindset for a QB. I know a lot of people had interviewed you and spoken to you over the years. You're a pretty big prospect. You were making great reads at the ages of 13, 14 years old, and obviously now you're going to be 18 as a senior in high school. To me, it's kind of interesting just because of that mental mindset that you always had, was that ability to really kind of be inside the playbook and be really smart about it. What do you kind of do in terms of when you look at game film or when you look at tape? What's kind of the things that you look for specifically in yourself and in your offense that you try to improve game after game?
Big thing is just watching film in general because, I'm on the shorter side of quarterbacks and I'm not the fastest guy in the world, so I have to be very precise in everything I do. And the big thing about that is I study a lot of Drew Brees and what he does, and he's kind of a great role model because he's kind of the same size as me and kind of fits the way I play. And a big thing that I do preparing for games is that I really watch the film, not just our film, but I also study the defenses that we're going against. And I like to kind of dissect each player and see what they do good and see what they do bad that I know me and my players can pick on. And it's just a big thing regarding just QB's mindset that you have to be a leader and everything, and just being around great coaches. And my quarterback coach, Coach Ballard, he's taught me that stuff over the years, so it's been really helpful.
Okay, yeah, and I've had a couple of Gulliver Prep athletes on here. I know Will Bettridge is one of them. Justin Nera is another one of them. And I think I've had two, and then you're the third. I think there may be one more I may be missing, but when you look at your program, and everybody that I've had on there from there has always spoken very highly of it. They've always said that it was a terrific program, great coaching staff, has really built a really terrific culture around the Miami football area. I was going to ask you, what was your experience at Gulliver Prep, and kind of tell me about kind of the great things about their program there from your perspective.
I mean, Gulliver just overall as a environment has been really great to me, and especially on the football side. I mean, Coach Sims is probably the greatest coach I've ever been around, and he's just so knowledgeable. Not even around if we're talking about like just as a person. Coach Sims, he's like a second father to me, and he's always there for me no matter what. And the big thing about Coach Sims is, and the Gulliver coaching staff, is they try to build us as people more than they do as players. Because like football's not gonna last forever, so they're trying to build us to be great fathers one day and be great sons and brothers. And a lot of the stuff that we do there is built on character. And a lot of the stuff is not only physical. I mean, we work really hard, but it's also a big mental side of it too, because you have to be mentally prepared. And I mean, Gulliver has been great to me. Probably one of the best decisions I've ever made to go to play there. And Coach Sims and the coaching staff has just been a great experience in my life.
Okay, yeah, that's great to hear there. And so tell me a little about your mom and dad, your parents. How have they kind of influenced you and developed you as an athlete?
The reason I started playing football was because my dad was a quarterback in high school, and he actually had a chance to play like at a small D1AA school, but he chose to go to Florida State and just be a student. So, I mean, just him being a quarterback has been really impactful in my life, and everything I've kind of done led up to here has kind of like been for my dad. I just want to prove to him that I can be something special. And the big thing about my parents is that they work really hard. I mean, my dad, he's just the hard work he puts into his job and everything has really inspired me to put the hard work in football. And my mom, she's probably the best person I've ever been around. She cares so much about other people, and she's always there for me and my team no matter what. So just working hard and working every day, and they're always pushing me no matter what. I mean, I work out with my mom quite a bit, and she's just always there for me. So everything I've done up to today is she's really my purpose. So I'm just trying to prove to them that I can be something special.
Okay, that's awesome. And so I usually ask this to kids. A lot of the time they have not committed at this point when I ask this question, but obviously you've committed to Tulane, so I'm still going to ask it to you anyway because I think regardless it's an important question to ask. Mm-hmm. When you look at a college or you look at any school, and obviously for you that's Tulane, what's kind of the first thing you would want Tulane to know about you as a character and as far as your character goes, and then as a person? And you can kind of talk about both of those things before you step on campus. What's kind of the first thing you'd want them to know about you before you take the first snap for them as quarterback?
The first thing I want them to know is that no matter what, I'm just going to come in every day and work my butt off and try to be great and make the people around me great. And also that I'm a good person, and I'm prepared for anything that they're going to throw at me. And I just want them to know that no matter what, I'm going to work my butt off and try to earn my playing time. And I don't want it just to be given to me. I kind of want to work for everything I can. And also I just want to like build a new culture around there.
Okay, yeah, build a new culture around there. That sounds excellent. I know you got kind of the weight of the world on your shoulders now with that kind of new school that you're going to there, and it should be kind of interesting. I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you got that commitment down, and I'm excited what's going to happen with you and their offense. I think, they're looking forward to big things. Can't wait to watch you play for them. Seeing your game tape and film tape and everything, I think they're getting a great quarterback. Now, my thing is, and my question that I was going to ask, this is kind of a little bit on a lighter note. What's kind of the cool thing about you that you might want people to know that they may not know yet about you?
I think like I'm really adventurous and I love to try new things. I mean, anything that's kind of like that I've never tried before, like I'll give it a chance. And also I think I care a lot about other people, especially my teammates and my family. So like everything I do, like I don't really work for myself. I kind of just work to prove other people wrong, because I've been doubted a lot of my life, just like about my size and everything. I've always told like I can never be a good quarterback. So like a lot of the stuff that I've done in high school on 7-on-7, it's just kind of to prove people wrong, and I kind of want to keep building on that in college.
Okay, yeah. And so kind of reflecting on your entire career at this point, what's kind of the single best moment that you've had that you can kind of pinpoint out of all of that?
Probably the best moment was when we went undefeated in our regular season my sophomore year. It's never been done before at Gulliver. So just that final game when we kind of did get over that hump of being undefeated in the regular season is kind of like a big moment for us, and especially our seniors. But the last few years we fell short in the playoffs. So a big thing that we're working on this year is, we're trying to make it all the way. We have the talent, and right now we're just putting in all the work in the summer right now. So, our goal is to win a state championship, and we're kind of taking it one game at a time. We're just working our butt off for it.
Okay, yeah. And so this is the last question that I'm going to ask you here. It's going to be the hardest question that I will ever ask you. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. If you were to get drafted by an NFL team, what would be your preferred team that you'd want to get drafted by? And take a second to really think about this carefully.
I really like the Seahawks and just the culture that they have over there and just the offense that they run, because Russell Wilson, I think he's really underrated, and people always hate him because like he does win the Super Bowl every year. But I mean, I think he's just a great player. And if I ever did get drafted to him, I just really want to like study under him, because I think the things that he's done in the NFL have been amazing.
Okay, that's excellent. All right, hey, well, I really appreciate you coming on, Carson.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it and enjoyed your time.
All right, thank you very much. You have a good one.
Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, that was Carson Haggard out of Gulliver Prep High School. If you'd like to contact Carson, his Twitter account is at Haggard_Carson, and that's spelled HAGGARD_CARSON. Again, special thanks to Carson for coming on, and congratulations on his Division I commitment to Tulane. Appreciate him taking the time out of his busy day to speak with me. If you'd like to contact me, my Twitter account is at Emami Michael. Both my Facebook and Instagram are at The Hard Count with Michael Emami, so go ahead and give those a follow. Look at the Snapchat. It's Michael Emami is the username, so go ahead and add him, subscribe to that. That's set to public. And the YouTube channel as well. We're well over 600 now. Again, special thanks again to you guys for all your commitments to watching the videos and subscriptions. Please go ahead and subscribe to that, and go ahead and hit the bell at the top right-hand corner of the channel, so that way you would never miss an interview. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in and checking this episode out. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?